The forest stood silent, ancient and still. A shroud of mist hung heavy, clinging to the gnarled branches. The air was thick with the scent of moss and damp earth. Beneath the full moon, shadows twisted and turned, taking on lives of their own. The forest was a place of secrets. Whispers danced on the wind, carrying ancient stories. They spoke of forgotten times and things best left undisturbed. It was a place of power where the veil between worlds thinned, and under the silver light of the full moon it would awaken. A low hum resonated through the woods. It pulsed with an energy that was both alluring and unsettling. The whispers grew stronger, swirling around the towering trees. The trees themselves seemed to speak. Their voices were old, filled with the weight of centuries. They spoke of joy and sorrow, of life and death, of all that had been and all that would be. Listen closely. They held the answers to questions yet to be asked. But be warned, not all truths are meant to be heard. Only under the light of a full moon did the forest reveal its true nature. Once a month, when the silver orb hung high in the sky, a path would appear. It wound its way through the dense undergrowth, leading to a place where time held no sway. This was the Forest of Whispers. It was a place where the past, present and future intertwined. Travelers who dared to enter found themselves lost in a labyrinth of memory and time. For within these woods the whispers held a unique power. They were echoes of the past, fragments of forgotten lives. A lone traveller stepped cautiously along the path. The air shimmered around him, filled with ghostly images. He saw fleeting glimpses of his own life, moments of joy, moments of regret. The whispers swirled around him, growing louder. He heard his mother's laughter, long since faded. He felt the warmth of his father's hand on his shoulder. He saw himself as a child, filled with dreams and aspirations. These echoes of the past, both comforting and unsettling, were a gift of the forest. They were a reminder of who he had been and who he might yet become. Section 5. The flow of time. Time itself seemed to warp and twist within the forest. Old pocket watches hung from branches, their hands spinning wildly. Hourglasses lay shattered on the forest floor, their sands scattered like lost memories. The traveller stumbled upon a clearing. In the centre stood a towering oak, its branches reaching towards the sky. The tree's trunk was gnarled and ancient, its bark etched with glowing spiral rings. Each ring pulsed with a faint light, marking the passage of time. Time here was not linear, but cyclical. It flowed like the sap within the trees, ebbing and flowing, always returning to its source. The Celts and the Norse, they knew of such places. Forests that existed between the worlds, where the veil between life and death was thin. These were liminal spaces where magic held sway and anything was possible. The traveller felt a sense of awe as he looked around. He was standing in a place where the boundaries of reality blurred. The forest was a portal, a gateway to something ancient and powerful. He took a deep breath, feeling the energy of the forest flow through him. It was a heady sensation, exhilarating and terrifying at the same time. Ancient cultures understood. Time was not a straight line, but a circle. Birth, death, and rebirth. It was a concept woven into the very fabric of existence. The seasons turned, the moon waxed and waned, and life renewed itself. Within the Forest of Whispers, this cyclical nature of time was evident. The past was not gone, merely hidden, and the future was not yet written, but waiting to be discovered. The traveller felt a sense of peace settle over him. He had been so caught up in the linear progression of his own life that he had forgotten the bigger picture. The whispers grew louder, swirling around him like a vortex. They whispered of forgotten dreams and long-lost loves. They spoke of choices made and paths not taken. He closed his eyes, surrendering to the flow of time. He no longer felt bound by the constraints of the past or the anxieties of the future. He was present in this moment, surrounded by the echoes of countless others. The whispers held a strange comfort. They were a reminder that he was not alone, that his story was just one of many being told within the heart of the forest. The traveller opened his eyes. The whispers swirled around him, glowing softly in the moonlight. They were no longer just echoes of the past, but a part of him. He took a step forward, feeling the soft earth beneath his feet. The forest held him gently, a silent guardian of forgotten memories. As he walked, he realized that the path was no longer leading him back to where he had started. It was leading him forward, toward a future yet to be written. And as he walked, he heard a whisper echo through the trees. The forest remembers, even if you don't.